Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk.
Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikunle Amosu. Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James, and it's many thanks for joining us. Quickly a look at the news making the rounds for today. Worshippers won't contract virus, says Anglican Bishop. Malians take to streets of Bamako again to protest against President Keita. UK officially in recession for first time in 11 years. Equity market extends downturn by 75 billion naira. Sevilla, Shakhtar reach Europa League semi-finals. Do well to stay with us as we bring you these news stories and more after this break. Welcome back. And now the news in full. Worshippers won't contract virus, says Anglican Bishop. The Diocesan Bishop of Lagos Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, Reverend Humphrey Olumakaye, said no virus or disease can be contracted in the Church of God. Olumakaye noted that even when members use the same cup for Holy Communion, they could not contract any virus. The cleric in a statement on Wednesday explained that the principle was beyond tradition, saying it was divine. However, in obedience to all laid down protocols of wearing nose mask, regular washing of hands, physical distancing, and so on, our churches have made adequate preparations. In all of these, let the joy of the Lord be their strength, because that is what they will be spreading and not the virus, he added. Olumakaye commended the efforts of the government in curbing the spread of coronavirus and health workers for their sacrifice. He said the church was the hope of the common man, because when every other thing or method fails, the Church of God, where God's holy altar is, cannot fail. According to him, it is high time the world came together in fervent prayers to God for intervention. He continued and said, as they congregate in their churches, let all humble ourselves and be with the assurance that it is only God that can help. Pray, seek God's face, and turn from the wicked ways, so that the Lord will heal the land of this pandemic, the cleric added. And now moving forward on COVID-19 update, experts discourage safety tunnels in JAMB offices. Experts at a virtual colloquium organized by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board on Tuesday described the use of safety tunnels and fumigation for the prevention of COVID-19 as a useless enterprise. The participants also agreed that hand washing for at least 40 seconds, regular use of face masks and other scientific proven preventive measures would help in cutting down the spread of the coronavirus. During the event organized in collaboration with the Nigerian Defense Academy and Premium Times, the Registrar of JAMB, Professor Ishak Oloyede, said what JAMB brought into these was that they wanted to do the boots for all their state branches, and it cost a lot of money. When there were doubts they needed to bring people together, they didn't want to do something wrong. At the event, the coordinator of Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Aliyu Sani, said There is no absolute evidence that this disinfection tunnel is effective. That is why at the national level they have taken it out. This disinfectant could be less effective than washing of hands. Sana's submission was also corroborated by the majority of other participants, including the heads of microbiology departments of tertiary institutions. But the executive vice chairman of National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, Mohammed Haruna, picked holes in the non-effectiveness of safety tunnels, saying such arguments were not backed by clinical evidence. According to him, the advisory by the World Health Organization on non-effectiveness of the product can be reviewed in not too distant time. In another story, IPPIS is a foreign platform, says ASU. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has described the integrated payroll and personal information system introduced by the federal government as a foreign platform that should be discarded immediately. The chairman of ASU University of Port Harcourt branch, Dr. Orsten Sado, also said it was unthinkable that the personal data of Nigeria's workforce was already in the hands of another country. Sado explained that rather than embrace the IPs, the federal government should consider using the University Transparency and Accountability Solution, which he described as an indigenous platform. He pointed out that the union had been waiting for the federal government to invite it for a demonstration of the proposed payroll platform, adding that the government was not showing any interest in the UTAS. Sado disagreed with the claim that the IPPIS was introduced into the university system with a view to fighting corruption. He said the IPPIS is not hosted in Nigeria, it is a foreign platform, so for you to now harvest the data of your entire workforce and keep it in a foreign country is quite questionable. They don't understand what the objectives are, and it portends great danger for the nation. He said it was unthinkable that a government will harvest the data and personal information of the entire workforce in a country and hand it over to another country. Honestly speaking, he said it was unimaginable and they do not know what their objectives are. Unfortunately, people do not understand what it means to have the data of your workforce hosted by a foreign country. The IPPIS is a foreign creation. It is domiciled overseas. It is not a Nigerian product, he added. And now coming from around Africa, Malians take to streets of Bamako again to protest against President Keita. Thousands of people demonstrated again on Tuesday in Mali's capital, Bamako, demanding the resignation of President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita, who came to power in 2013. Protesters ignored calls from the Economic Unity of West African States Organization to find an alternative way out of the crisis that has shaken Mali since the cancellation of 30 results in the legislative elections in mid-April. The protest is led by Imam Mahmoud Diko of the Movement du 5th June Rally of Patriotic Forces, a coalition of religious leaders and politicians. 9 new judges were sworn at a constitutional court to prioritize the invalidation of the 30 elections. On July 10th, however, a demonstration degenerated into 3 days of unrest with at least 11 deaths. This violence has exacerbated tensions in the country already afflicted by years of jihadist violence and also hit by the coronavirus pandemic. And still from around Africa, hunt for killers of aid workers from ACTED continues in Niger. The hunt is continuing in the Sahel for the killers of 8 people in Niger on Sunday. The killers were believed to be armed motorcyclists who came through the bush on motorbikes to arrive at the vicinity of the town of Kore. The 8 victims consisted of 6 French nationals and a Nigerian guide and driver. They were a team from the French humanitarian aid organization ACTED. The killings are from the capital Niamey in a nature reserve considered relatively safe, shocked many. Foreign nationals and members of aid organizations have previously not been considered in danger in such areas. Troops in Niger backed by French air support are searching for the killers of the 8-strong team. French soldiers have been engaged in Operation Bakane, an ongoing anti-insurgent mission targeting Islamist group in Africa's Sahel region since 2014. It previously concentrated on the tri-border region between Mali, Niger and Burkina Faso with the backing of the G5 Sahel member nations after the group's formation a few months earlier. Right now we will be taking a break, and when we return we have a lineup of other interesting news stories. Do well to stay with us. Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Kamala.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1, that is 11 a.m. GMT+1, and Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
Fight for glory, desire for victory.
I am Lizzie Johnson Suleiman, and I want to use this time out to invite all the women watching me right now. It's our International Women Conference again. I know you will not want to miss this. Regardless of what is happening, we are trusting God that God is set to do something great in our midst.
Power! Happy sounds! 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 Power!
The theme for this conference this year is No More Tears, and the date is on the 12th, the 13th and 14th of August. God's servant Apostle Johnson Suleiman will be with us, ministering greatly, and God using him to reach out to us again. So you don't want to miss this. Just get set, prepare yourself to be in this meeting.
Touch! 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 Touch!
It's a time of revival. It's a time of revitalization. It's a time to get ourselves hooked up again, connected again to the supernatural, and you see what God will do in your life. The Lord bless you.
Live at the International Worship Center, Omega Fire Ministries, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria. International Women Conference 2020.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Kamala.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk.
Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1, that is 11 a.m. GMT+1, and Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Kamala.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk.
Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1, that is 11 a.m. GMT+1, and Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome back. Looking at updates from the United Kingdom, UK officially in recession for the first time in 11 years. The UK economy suffered its biggest slump on record between April and June as coronavirus lockdown measures pushed the country officially into recession. The economy shrank 20.4% compared with the first 3 months of the year. Household spending plunged as shops were ordered to close while factory and construction output also fell. This pushed the UK into its first technical recession, defined as 2 straight quarters of economic decline since 2009. The Office for National Statistics said the economy bounced back in June as government restrictions on movement started to ease. It said the hospitality sector was the hardest hit. Jonathan Athol, Deputy National Statistician for Economic Statistics, said the economy began to bounce back in June with shops reopening, factories beginning to ramp up production and house building continuing to recover. Despite this, gross domestic product in June still remains 6th below its level in February before the virus struck. And more updates from the U.S. Biden VP pick Kamala Harris chosen as running mate. Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden has named Senator Kamala Harris as his running mate, the first black woman and Asian American in the role. Once a rival for the top job, the California senator of Indiana Jamaican heritage had long been considered the front runner for the number 2 slot. The former California Attorney General had been urging police reform amid nationwide anti-racism protests. Mr. Biden will face President Donald Trump in the election on 3rd November. At a White House news conference on Tuesday, Mr. Trump, a Republican, described Ms. Harris as my #1 draft pick. Ms. Harris will debate Mr. Trump's running mate, Vice President Mike Pence, on 7th October in Salt Lake City, Utah. Only 2 other women have been nominated as vice presidential candidates for a majority party: Sarah Palin by the Republican Party in 2008 and Geraldine Ferraro by the Democrats in 1984, and neither ended up on the winning ticket. A woman of color have never been appointed to a presidential ticket by either of the 2 main American political parties. No woman has also won the U.S. presidency either. And now on business news, Nemasa ship owners set for double-hull vessel regime. Amidst complaints of non-patronage by Nigeria, the country's indigenous ship owners and the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nemasa, seems set for a definite deadline of December 31st, 2020 for phasing out single-hull vessels in Nigeria. This is coming after some delays and shifts in dates by both Nemasa and the International Maritime Organization, IMO, which initially gave the deadline of 2015. But indigenous ship owners said the problem in not acquiring of the new model double-hull vessels but the patronage of such vessels by Nigerian authorities, especially by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), which would have made investment in the assets worth the changeover. Speaking at an online meeting with members of the Ship Owners Association of Nigeria, SOAN, NEMASA's Director General, Dr. Bashir Jamal, said that Nigeria remains steadfast in its decision to stop the use of single-hull tankers by December 31st this year. At the meeting, Jamal warned operators still using single-hull vessels to prepare towards the December deadline with a view to complying with the law. He said they are committed to the complete phase-out of single-hull tankers by December 31st. Operators still using this type of tankers should make adequate preparation to comply because there will be no going back on the decision. Still on business, equity market extends downturn by 75 billion naira. Transactions in the Nigerian equity market on Tuesday closed negative for the second consecutive trading day following sell-off on some high-valued stocks. The all-share index dipped by 143.91 basis points or 0.057% to close at 24,883.70 BPS as against the previous. The market capitalization of equities depreciated by 75 billion from 13.05 trillion naira the previous day. Meanwhile, a turnover of 206.61 million shares traded in 3,925 deals was recorded in the day's trading. The banking subsector was the most active measured by turnover volume, with 74.29 million shares traded by investors and 761 deals. Volume in the subsector was largely driven by activities in the shares of GT Bank PLC and Fidelity PLC. Also, the premium subsector was boosted by the activities in the shares of Access Bank PLC and Zenith Bank PLC, followed with a turnover of 62.03 million shares in 1,233 deals. Further analysis of the day's trading showed that in percentage terms, Cadbury Nigeria PLC topped the day's gainers table with 6.82% to close at 7.05 naira per share, while Nigerian Breweries PLC followed with 6.25% to close at 34 naira per share. Mutual Benefit Assurance PLC added 5% to close at 21 kobo per share. On the flip side, Prestige Assurance PLC led the losers with a drop of 10% to close at 45 kobo per share, while Ikeja Hotel PLC shared 9.82% to close at 1.01 naira per share. Right now, we would be taking a break, and when we return, it shall be news from the world of sports. Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi
Ruth again.
And the news making the rounds. Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk.
Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1, that is 11 a.m. GMT+1, and Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
Fight for glory, desire for victory.
I am Lizzie Johnson Suleiman, and I want to use this time out to invite all the women watching me right now. It's our International Women Conference again. I know you will not want to miss this. Regardless of what is happening, we are trusting God that God is set to do something great in our midst.
Power! Happy sounds! 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 Power!
The theme for this conference this year is No More Tears, and the date is on the 12th, the 13th and 14th of August. God's servant Apostle Johnson Suleiman will be with us, ministering greatly, and God using him to reach out to us again. So you don't want to miss this. Just get set, prepare yourself to be in this meeting.
Touch! 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 Touch!
It's a time of revival. It's a time of revitalization. It's a time to get ourselves hooked up again, connected again to the supernatural, and you see what God will do in your life. The Lord bless you.
Live at International Worship Center, Omega Fire Ministries, Edo State, Nigeria. International Women Conference 2020.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi
Ruth again.
And the news making the rounds. Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk.
Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1, that is 11 a.m. GMT+1, and Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome back. Still on News Desk, and from the world of sports, Sevilla Shakhtar reached Europa League semi-finals. Sevilla and Shakhtar Donetsk qualified for the semi-finals of the Europa League on Tuesday after respective wins over Wolverhampton Wanderers and Basel. Five-time competition winners Sevilla faced Manchester United on Sunday after snatching a last-gasp 1-0 win over Wolves, while Shakhtar take on Inter Milan on Monday after easily seeing off Basel on a 4-1 win. The La Liga side made it through to their last four clash with United thanks to Lucas Ocampos' brilliant headed winner with less than 2 minutes left on the clock, which ended Wolves' dreams of European glory. The Premier League outfit thought they were set to make the perfect start in the 11th minute when Adam Traoré set off on a sensational surge towards goal from his own half and was chopped down in the area by Diego Carlos. However, Raul Jimenez, who had scored all of his previous 8 penalties for Wolves, sent a weak spot kick towards Yassine Bounou, who could hardly believe his luck as he battered the Mexican's tame shot aside. That was to be Wolves' last shot on target of the match as chances became hard to come by, although Sevilla began to take a strange hold on the play and forced Wolves back into their own half. Wolves, who were missing wing-back Johnny after the Spaniard damaged his cruciate knee ligament in the 1-0 win over Olympiacos that booked them a place in the last 8, struggled to get hold of the ball and keep it when they did. However, Sevilla couldn't carve out many clear-cut opportunities, with Wolves' defense managing to snuff out their opponents when they did manage to break free. And still on sports, in another news, here are the UEFA Europa League results. And that's the size of the news for today from News Desk on Celebration TV. Just in case you missed out, here is a recap of the headlines. Worshippers won't contract virus, says Anglican Bishop. Malians take to streets of Bamako again to protest against President Keita. UK officially in recession for first time in 11 years. Equity market extends downturn by 75 billion naira. Sevilla, Shakhtar reach Europa League semi-finals. And now to the photo of the day. If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Do not forget to follow us up on our social media platforms to be kept abreast of all the news stories and updates as they unfold. On Facebook, Celebration TV. On Instagram, My Celebration TV. On Twitter, My Celebration TV. And on YouTube, Celebration TV. Remember that the continuous transformation of our society is a collective responsibility of all, no matter the office you hold as a nation's president, a thought leader, an opinion molder, a character builder, a professional, or as a person pursuing a passion. You have a duty to give your all to making the society a better place for us and the generations to come. So play your part and do it with all diligence. I am Comfort James, and many thanks for watching.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing aim of committing a gross
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State